I'm the scat man. I'm the scat man.
Welcome to Covers This Puck Props presented by Sports Interaction. Sports Interaction has you covered on all these picks. Download the app. Welcome, my friend. Good to have you back. Looking sharp as always.
Got to bring my A game for you, buddy. It's game day.
Oh, it is game day. Didn't even know it was game day.
No, didn't know. We're just giving out picks for game day.
Oh, I forgot to think about the picks too. I was thinking before we went on live. It's funny. Like just funny conversations you have like before you go live on camera. You do a lot of it, right? Like joking around. Okay, you're live, and then snap the fingers, professionalism. Do you think there's like combos out there that absolutely despise each other, that just say bad words to each other, and then the camera flips and then they go, hey, and then they're best friends?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
There's many examples of that.
Oh, juicy.
Yeah.
We're dishing on a Wednesday.
Well, I mean, it's the comments I get sometimes too, like just walking around the city and people that listen to my show, they're like, man, what's up with that AK guy? Why is he always in your grill? And I'm like, sometimes you just got to put on an act, like can't be agreeing on everything together or it wouldn't be sports talk radio.
I don't know. He's getting, Garv's got him pretty pumped up. I don't know. You can still take him, all 5'10" of them. Yeah.
Is that a serious question?
Oh, let's go. 0 picks and we're starting beefs all of a sudden.
Oh yeah, let's go.
I'm getting so much traction. I put out Instagram post saying that Bennett's a coward and then just put the clips of him versus the Leafs. And it's insane to watch people just continually argue with each other on social media because I get a notification for every comment. It's crazy. How tired of this conversation are you of what do you think the Leafs should do heading into game 2?
Yeah. Well, with the whole Sam Bennett thing?
Yeah.
Well, hey, win a hockey game. That's how you get your ultimate revenge.
100%.
I mean, look, revenge is going to come at some point. It's going to come at a day, at a time, at a game. It's going to happen, but you can't just sit there and make that be your primary focus. The best revenge you could give somebody is in a playoff series, going out and scoring a big goal, going out and winning a big hockey game, leaving tonight up 2-0 in a series. That's your ultimate revenge. I mean, me and you talk about game script all the time. Sometimes the way the game plays out will determine when that type of revenge is called for. Now, what are you talking about with revenge? Somebody wants to go fight him, go fight him. I mean, I don't think anybody's going to sit there and be against that. But, I mean, anytime he comes in an area with a group of people, you face wash him, you give him a headlock, you finish your checks on him, you let him know he's going to be in for. Yeah, I saw that, Tom Wilson. Yeah. You let him know he's going to be in for a rough night. He's going to be in for a rough night from the crowd because the crowd's going to give him the booze every time he touches it. So
he'll like that, though.
Yeah, don't want to poke the bear too much, right? I mean, he's a guy that will
100%.
Definitely stand up for himself.
And that's it. I think Toronto, it's like they just want to bully you. I get it. Like that Tkachuk garbage play on Marner at the end of the game. That's who they are.
So I was asked the question this morning, is Claude Lemieux a fair comparison for Sam Bennett? I mean, it's a pretty good comparison, but there's other guys on his own team that he could be compared to, like Matthew Tkachuk and Brad Marchand. Like these guys play that same type of role.
Dino Ciccarelli, bud.
Dino Ciccarelli. That is a throwback if I've ever heard one. Yes.
Yeah. But that's where it is. Just, I don't know, 6 feet of annoyingness constantly in front of the net. And let's talk about in front of the net because I was worried that Toronto wasn't going to be able to get in front of the net. John Tavares in that first period
was all over it.
Incredible. See him drive, take the 2 defenders where like that. He didn't get the assist on that, but Nylander's second goal, the second goal that Nylander got, that's all Johnny driving through the net.
Yeah, middle drive.
Yeah, and then Mo looks him off, and the defender said, "Okay, Mo, you can shoot. I'll go take 91." He did a lot, so I was happy to see everybody get in front of the net. Knies is there. Knies. I don't think I've shouted as loud as a fan as I did on that Knies goal.
I was in the building, and I did the same thing. Yes, I know. Because it was like, think about all the past times when the Maple Leafs had a chance to have that, insurance goal or that big goal in a big moment of a game, and they just haven't been able to do it. And that goal, because of how much Florida was pressing and that you could feel the tension in the building, 4-3 game after leading 4-1, you just needed something to assure everybody that the Leafs are going to win this game. He gets that chance and he makes the most of it. Incredible.
Jumping over to Pumpers there in the chat, there's a few things going on from AV saying, Carlo, what was your approach when you faced a player who has a clear reputation and record of being dirty? Any changes in the approach? Now, let me preface this by saying that the level of dirty, and we'll get to Andy Francis' comment too, the level of dirty in Carlo's day, which wasn't that long ago, but was still much dirtier than it is today. No?
Mm. Oh, big time, man.
Yeah.
Guys policed themselves, back in the day. Now people look for the Department of Player Safety to police things. And when they don't get what their way, you kind of hear a lot of, angry and pouting fans go at it. Again, in a regular season, you'd probably handle this differently, but in the playoffs, the good thing about all this is that Stolarz was at the rink yesterday. Players were commenting on how good he looked and how good he sounded. And that's the best part to come out of all this that seemed really concerning after the game. So because of that, a lot of the way people feel is sort of how the end result, or what becomes of the end result. If he's fine and he's telling, hey guys, go win one for me, like that's what you focus on. And then depending on how the game goes, you worry about getting retribution after that. But the best retribution is finding a way to get a win.
Go get a win, go split Florida, and then see where that series goes.
Exactly.
Absolutely. I think it was Frankie on your show. Was it yesterday? Did he call Knies a moose, which I thought was the best comment ever?
Who did he call a moose?
Matthew Knies.
Oh, yeah. When I heard that, I was like, wow.
That's a wicked
moose.
comment. Yeah.
That is a sick name for him. Yeah. Absolutely.
Like in a world of hockey talk where things are kind of always the same, do you ever get annoyed, like where people try to talk hockey, like, oh, did you see that beauty snipe? Oh, did you see that? And all those hockeyisms, you get annoyed by that at all?
No, not really. I actually get like pretty fascinated by some of the new terms that you learn in today's age about how kids talk.
Do the young kids talk like that too?
Oh yeah. And I'm like, where do you guys learn this stuff? And everyone says YouTube.
Wheel Sally Snipe, bud.
Yeah.
I get it.
Nasher, was it Nasher 61 or Nasher?
Oh, Nasher's, yeah. You got the boys throwing the puck up and then spinning the stick 8,000 times.
Yeah.
Pull that one off. Maybe Ryan Leonard could have used some of that help on his breakaway last night. Blew my Washington money line, gets the breakaway, doesn't even get the shot off, bro. Like, you're that young.
Yeah.
You don't, and you can attest to this. When you're that young, it takes some cojones for sure to go to that backhand as opposed to just getting the shot off. Don't you think?
Yeah, but what is considered young nowadays, right?
I know, right? But that was it. If you were young, you couldn't.
These players are playing with the same amount of confidence that they played with in their college years. And is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? I think there's an argument to be made for both. Like normally in a situation like that, that's something that you feel like you should have a lot more confidence in a league that is more crafted for your age, like college hockey. Like when you enter the NHL, you're playing a pro game. Like sometimes that time and space, and that's what these guys got to get used to. It's the time and space and the skill level of some of these players is a lot different than what they're used to.
I did not enjoy the Ryan Leonard backhand move and not even getting a shot off. It's I don't know, just get it on. I don't know, just shoot it, bud. Like, I don't know. Bothered me. And what bothers me is third period collapses. It seems like no team can push
Unbelievable, eh?
in the third period.
Yeah. It's
Saw it
been
in the Toronto
incredible to see the comebacks in a lot of the playoff games that we've seen up until this point.
I mean, Washington was just holding the dam because it looked like it was going to break. I didn't think that game or that series was going to be that one-sided with Washington at home.
Well, didn't Carolina had 94 shot attempts on net?
They do, but they're kind of like what they got out of their Slavin goal for the winner. They low danger shots usually.
No, I know, but again, it's they're finding a way to be, I wouldn't say productive, but they're finding a way to have success with not much talent on the roster when you really think about it.
100%. Stanky
Right?
did look good. Stanky looked fresh.
Your boy, you love.
I know, but their minutes are low, right? So they can go deep. They don't have to push guys too much. Taylor Hall looks good. Still looks good too, for as long as he's been kicking around. Hit that like button, producer Mick saying, let's go. Don't be freeloaders. We got some plays today. 7:00 game. I do enjoy that. Yeah, Vegas blew a goal. Vegas blew it too. And then the Draisaitl bouncing goal with a defender on the goal line. How does that go in?
After Aiden Hill made a save to push it up and into the corner.
I don't know. It's incredible how often teams are coming back. And if someone could open a market, Sports Interaction, open a market where I can bet distance of overtime goal over under so many feet. That's what I want, because it's that Slavin goal.
How do you get that exact determination, right?
Yeah, you can do it. Yeah, you can figure that out.
You can find a way. They can find a way to get that exact
number.
But
I just want to bet on that goal winning overtime 90% of the time, unless it's tipped, which it almost was.
Oh, that's true. If it is tipped, it does change where
that's
it goes.
That's the only worry. Handicapping the tip.
Yeah, that is true.
Andy French says the Carolina hatred has gone too far. They have only lost Stanley Cup level teams in previous years. They feast on inexperienced playoff rosters.
Look at Andy with the insight, eh?
He was also calling out some of your boys playing goon hockey back in the day as well.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Do you look at someone like Darcy Tucker and his series?
Darcy Tucker, Ty Domi, Shane Corson, Travis Green. Yeah, of course. But again, it was a different era of hockey. There were more of those guys around.
So there's the idea. Did the team look at you guys and be like, wow, this is a dirty Toronto team, or that was just more the norm?
Buddy, most teams back in my day dressed their third and fourth line guys, fourth line for sure, with goons, with absolute goons. So you saw more of that game where, like I said earlier, the players police themselves.
Did you ever see a Tony Twist fight in person?
Not in person, no. But I've seen a lot of YouTube videos, and
who was the absolute biggest mutant you saw throw live?
Live? Well, Derek Bugard, John Scott, those guys could throw. Cam Jansen, Derek or DJ King had him in St. Louis. Wow, I'm trying to think of some other names. There was a guy on Colorado. Oh, what was his name? I'd have to go back and look at the roster. Somebody help me out. 2009 or 10 Colorado roster. Goon.
Search it.
Big time goon. Yeah.
Florida, Toronto. Toronto up to plus 120. Obviously, this is a Wolves situation. Stolar shouldn't be playing this game. I know they haven't announced it, but like you said, it's more positive to see him at the arena. Do you think getting that shot, that slap shot that blew the two straps off his head, might have had something to do with it without speculating? Even though we're going to speculate.
It's tough to say. I mean, the guy played a whole period and a half after that.
Have you ever seen goalies get beat up on that exact shot? Because it's not something you usually see. You never see a goalie getting taken out of a game after taking one like on the chin.
No, not that I can recall. No.
Interesting. Because it's Mackenzie Blackwood said he took out the chin protector for his mask, and then he wore one that knocked his teeth out.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I did hear that.
Yeah.
I did hear that one. Yeah. A
Hopefully
goalie losing his teeth. Oh, the only guy's on the ice wearing a full shield and loses his teeth.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's hockey.
Yeah, that's a rare sighting to see a goalie with missing teeth.
Let's go. Ekblad back. Bennett issues. Knies point, minus 125. Absolute moose. Settled it down. And now he's got to be playing with the most confidence that he's existed. And what I like about him is now on that power play one, when they don't have to protect the lead, and that's when they put 44 in the back, which is all that's doing, right? Just to have a defenseman there so they don't give up a shorthanded goal. But Knies looks great along the boards on the power play. Yeah, like, this isn't just a guy who's driving at the net. What have you seen? What have you seen from Knies' game that just keeps getting better?
I just see him getting more comfortable out there. And a lot of it is the transition from players that come from college hockey sometimes takes a little longer to establish themselves, because the grind of a college season is way different than the grind of a pro hockey season, where you're playing, almost every other night. You're playing double the games. And he was a great player in college, but I think just now he's just finding his comfort zone, knowing some of the rigors that you have to put your body through an NHL season. And I think a lot of it too is he's understanding how to use his body to have success at this level. It's, everyone wants and tries to draft and develop that power forward, prototype forward. They're hard to come by. And when you find them, this is the type of success they can have, is because even the game that defensemen played is different, right? Defensemen, you want guys that can skate, move the puck. A lot of guys don't want to be the crash and bang, rugged, in your face, cross check every part of your body in front of the net. So he's really got really good hands. You talked about Rue talking about how impressed he is with how good his hands are. He's got great balance, great lower body strength. You add that all up together, man, it's pretty hell of a player.
A player that's earning more money and taking it off the books for sure. It wasn't too long ago we were 7x7. Now it's 7x7's long gone. No,
it's tough to say, man. I don't know. It's just people are saying, "Wow, he's going to be an offer sheet candidate." What are you offer sheeting Matthew Knies? $10 million a year that the Leafs are going to refuse? Yeah. You're going to give up 4 first-round picks for Matthew Knies? Like, anything else he gets offered, the Leafs are going to comfortably match. So what's the whole point of an offer sheet then? The offer sheet
that'd be the biggest offer sheet ever, wouldn't it?
Well, I think the biggest one we've seen was the Sebastian Aho one from the Montreal Canadiens. I think it was $8.5 million.
Yeah,
that they offered him.
They thought what the owner for Carolina was just cheap and wasn't going to pay.
They front loaded the contract with all bonus money.
Yeah, wasn't there something in the news about the owner like not having some money or something? Like
it was the owner not having the financial flexibility to front load a contract.
Yeah,
and apparently he had the last laugh in that. But
he did.
I mean, again, like,
don't try to embarrass rich people.
You gotta offer Matthew Knies as much as he wants, and if it's something you believe is going to be absurd that the Leafs can't match, you got to be prepared to pay the price, right? The higher number you go, the more compensation you got. I think anything under 8, what's the point in offer sheet? You're actually helping the Leafs get the deal done.
Yeah,
because they're going to match it.
Someone in the chat says, "Is he actually power play 1?" Yes, he'll be back to power. They'll go 5 forwards, power play 1 out of the gates. The like I said, the Riley thing was just to protect.
It was game management.
Yep, a 5 forward power play that had been giving up shorthanded goals. From This Is Bally says, "Does Knies still live in Tavares's basement? Can you confirm that?"
I can't confirm it because I don't know. I haven't inquired, but I'm going to guess that he doesn't.
No. I don't know.
He's in his 20s.
When I saw
Probably he's
Sid
got
and
a girlfriend. Like, you live in somebody's basement and do that? I don't know. I get in the beginning it was
doing
cute,
solo
but
man things in John Tavares's basement. That's you know what I mean. I think that's the funniest joke. Like when Sid was living with Mario, right? Like Sid was
yeah.
what 18 years old.
Yeah, like you do that for the guy's first year, right? You don't
Yeah.
do it for his whole. I live in Carlo's basement. No, you don't, Mick. Come on.
Come on, Mick. Right? Yeah, he's shooting. He's shooting it. So no, I'm on the over 5.5 too in this game, -105. I know people are going to say, well, it's going to be another low scoring game, but we keep seeing these games that even go 1-0 into the third period, where
And
the
find a way
third
to go
period
over.
is just
Yeah.
absolutely bonkers. And yes, I believe that Joseph Wall will be better than he was. Putting him in that situation in game one was tough to do.
It was tough to do, but think about it. For a guy that hadn't played that long,
2 weeks.
you couldn't ask for a better situation for him to come in and get his feet wet. I mean, when it was 4-1, there's no pressure for him to come in. Yeah. Right? When it got to 4-3, yeah, there's a lot of pressure, and I think he handled himself pretty good.
Carlo's basement has pallets of Dapper Don and hairnets. Boogs and Jazz is really on your hairline saying it's immaculate. So,
thank you.
He didn't know where I was going with that. I think they can beat Bob. I think they can continue to beat Bob. I was happy to see they got guys in front of the net. I think this game might have some issues in terms of a few power play opportunities. There could be a couple. They might be 1-1s. They might be taking 2 guys from the pile, but there should be some spots where if we see another one of those greasy Max Domi penalty calls, is that the worst playoff call you've ever seen in hockey?
It really is. It really is. And it bothered the hell out of me because, like, there has to be some accountability to the refs to understand what type of series they're reffing. Like, you can't be calling ticky-tack stuff like that in a pile after a scrum, right? You just can't. Like, you don't want to be. I understand they're trying to, set the tone of a series of what's going to be tolerated and what's not, but come on, man. Either you 100% know what happened or you don't call anything at all.
I think I read somewhere that it was the same referee groups, the same 2 head officials as the Matthew Knies game.
That's what I read too.
We have no idea if it's true. We just both agreed on it. We read it one time on Twitter. We're like, yeah, that's true. So that's the game. I think Toronto can absolutely win this game. I think you're getting a longer price on Toronto than game 1 because of just Joseph Wall. And I don't know how much they're pricing in. Well, Florida's not going to lose 2 games in a row, but an extra 15 points on Joseph Wall, I don't think so. I think Joseph Wall is just as good as Stolarz.
Yeah.
Yep. And got to get a piece of Willie for an assist at +120. We were talking about it. He's -220 for a point. And I don't think the books have adjusted his ability to create plays in this playoffs as opposed to just being more of a finisher in the regular season. That power play, he's getting he's getting more touches than 34, it seems like. And his 34 had 9 shot opportunities. He's got to keep pumping. So give 88 some apples here. Willie's absolutely on fire. My betting favorite for Conn Smythe for the Leafs by far. No?
Yeah, I mean, Stolarz would have been the leading candidate,
Exactly, yeah.
But I mean, who knows what his
34. Something's wrong with 34. We obviously know that. That's like
Why does everybody always assume something's wrong with 34 when he's not scoring?
Because I'm being nice. Because I am so angry at the great opportunities that this guy has, and I have to look in my group chat to see, another Matthews muffin here. And it's literally just like that glove save that Bob had to make on that drop pass. Yeah. That's as easy as it comes. He shot it right in his glove. He's center mass.
I totally get it. I mean,
off.
I can tell. I mean, he's clearly not scoring in the positions that we've seen him score a ton of goals from, but
tons.
I don't know, man. Like, I don't like using the excuse of like the guy is something's bothering a guy if he's struggling. Why? Maybe he's just struggling because he hasn't had.
Like he used to just clean look, beat him
every
time.
I know. I get it. But we'll see. If you're playing, if you put the equipment on, you're fine to play for me.
Dallas, Winnipeg. Dallas, minus 125 favorite. Scheifele likely out. If you're not playing game 7, then you're probably not turning around and playing game 1 quickly. Non-contact jersey. Josh Morrissey, game time decision. It's arrows up for Dallas, who has Robertson back. Miro Heiskanen's approaching, and arrows down for Winnipeg, who I don't know how the hell Winnipeg skirts through round 1 with the dog crap performance they got in goal with Connor Hellebuck, who is pretentious and annoying as hell.
830 save percentage.
Bro, he's played his last 16 games, Carlo. He has 1 game in the playoffs of 900 or better save percentage.
Crazy.
He had an 897. He had an 897 in that game.
It's amazing to see that they won a series with that.
I don't get it. And now you're down D1 and center 1, and now you have Domestikov center in your first line, but he's not good enough to be power play 1. So I'm going to go Harley for a point here, plus 105. Still, I don't like if Heiskanen comes back, he's still going to be top guy. What I like about this is Cam Fowler absolutely torched Winnipeg. 8 assists, Cam Fowler in that series. And now you get Harley, who's going to be playing 24 minutes for a point. How do you see Dallas in this spot? Can Winnipeg continue to win games at home despite just Stuart Skinner level goaltending?
How do you put it past them? They beat a really good St. Louis Blues team 4 times there. That crowd is
120 seconds. They shouldn't have.
I know they shouldn't have, but they did. Right? I mean, I tend to side with Dallas in this series, especially if they're going to potentially get those 2 guys back. And you don't know what those 2 guys coming back could do to the chemistry of that group, right? I mean, I know they're important players. I know they're good players, but sometimes when you get into a groove at playoff time with the guys that you just have in there and you throw guys that haven't really been invested in the emotion or the energy of the playoffs, it could throw things off. I mean, yeah, you're not gonna sit there and say, no, you guys aren't ready to come back yet because we're feeling good about ourselves. But you know, it could throw Dallas off a little bit. And you know, Winnipeg could definitely take it. If there's one thing that Winnipeg has improved about their identity, is that they rely on playing a team game. Like that was a team effort for them to win that series. It wasn't any individuals. And, you know, Dallas needed a game 7 Superman performance from Mikko Rantanen.
So the Neil Pionk tip from Adam Lowry goal would be a situation where I might lose my over under 16.5 feet for game winning goal in overtime, but it's the same shot, right? It's the same shot as Slavin, but that one got tipped. But it's an interesting point you do bring up because Peter DeBoer's mixing up his lines again, just because Robertson comes in. So there could be some issues quickly on the road trying to get things together with Dallas, who obviously big favorite in the series if they're minus 125 at home in game 1. That's where we are. Let me know in the chat what you think is the best bet tonight. I think we're minus 1.5 units last night. I had to track 527 bets over the last 2 days, inputting 527 bets.
What?
Yeah. From the last month, just the last month. April was a high volume month. Stacks were like 140 units.
Wow. That's crazy.
That it was, yeah. That edge.
So we doing lunch one day or what?
I was in your neck of the woods yesterday. I was down at the Lakeshore losing baseball games, but it was cold.
All right.
Yeah. Lunch,
okay, well, let's continue to pile on that stack.
All right, let's win some money tonight. And let's get 2 games down the road and let Florida just get, because the more they get greasier. Now, I tell this to like 10-year-olds. I don't know, like, because you deal with young kids now in sports. One of my favorite things to do with kid athletes to slow down the idea, because adults coaches can be aggressive and they scare children sometimes. So what I like to do with my kids, I say, when you hear the other coach shouting and getting angry, that means you guys are doing well because he's starting to get pissed off.
That's true.
And I think
That's
that's what we're seeing with Florida and Toronto. The more greasier, crappier the Matthew Tkachuk is, that Sam Bennett is, that Brad Marchand is, that multiple felon Aaron Ekblad is when he comes back. That means you're doing things right. And for the Leafs, stick to your game plan. We're not bringing in Ryan Reeves for game 2, guys. Relax. Yeah. Play the same game you did. Start hot. Let Willie cook. And I think we're good going into Florida, bud.
Yeah, let's hope. Let's hope. I like that game plan. Hopefully they believe it too. Should be a fun one.
All right. NHL Puck Props presented by Sports Interaction. Sports Interaction has you covered on all these picks. Download the Sports Interaction app. Let's go. We're back here tomorrow, same time, hopefully in a good mood. I'm Josh Ingles. He's Carlo Colaiacovo. Hit that like button on your way out. See you back here tomorrow. Big night, guys.
Ciao.